Hello everyone and welcome to Magic Collide. I am your host, Jakey. Today we are going to be gold fishing a Tezzeret the Schemer combo deck. I call it a combo deck, though it is more like an attrition deck, just our attrition pieces are very different. The deck revolves around Reckless Fireweaver and Underhanded Designs and playing artifacts to drain your opponent, and then returning all those artifacts with Paradoxical Outcome to draw a butt ton of cards and do it all again. The actual combo for the deck is just this half. Tezzeret the Schemer, because he puts out artifacts, and him and Underhanded Designs help actually control creatures, and Underhanded Designs was a lot better when Shahili Ray was a bigger part of Standard. Now today is April 28th, 2017. On the 24th, Wizards had their banned and restricted announcement for all the formats, and they announced that nothing would be banned from Standard, which pretty much outraged everybody. Everything I've been reading, everybody was anticipating the ban of one of the two, and since Shahili Ray was teetering between $10 and $20 this whole season, they chose to axe the Felidar Guardian as the cheaper option, which, since we no longer have to play test against that monster, and it lets me kind of play around with more decks like this for a little bit, while people are still figuring out the format and get some free rolls just from the interactions they have. That's just what I like to do. My favorite kind of decks are really aggro and control decks, but these new standard sets, especially in the past year, have really opened the door to a lot of really degenerate combos that I'd like to take advantage of. Now this deck started life as something completely different. It was actually an Aetherflux Resivor deck, where I was using the Aetherflux Resivor to win the game with all my zero-cost artifacts, and then I had the Reckless Fireweaver in there, and he was amazing, especially when I got two out, and I was like, I kind of realized Underhanded Designs filled a role that the deck needed in removal in the main deck, and also being part of really another Reckless Fireweaver, except it gains me more life. I also had Tezzeret Master of Metal in here, but at that time I was trying to hit Aetherflux Reservoirs and Inspiring Sanctuaries for a different reason, and now that they're not there, the only things he can really hit with his +1s are the 2 Inspiring Sanctuaries and the Cathar Shields, which is not a very good option. Also, if you decide to play the deck and would like to get some more, get some where I was before I got here, I was using Crackdown Construct with the Wandering Fumarole. Key to the City is really a main part of that, to making him unblockable. Also with the Metalwork Colossus, it does not fit in this deck anymore because everything costs 0, so he still costs 11 or 12 or whatever the hell he costs. The main sideboard options that I'm starting right now that I have is going to be like 4 Ceremonious Rejections, 4 Unlicensed Disintegrations, and 4 Fatal Pushes. If you'd like to get some discard, go ahead, or some mass removal from black or red. Those would be good options too, but for now, I'm just kind of leaving it open until I get a better feel for the deck. So thank you for joining me. Let's dive right in. Alright, so now we're back to our Let's Play with our Tezzeret Grixis deck. Let's see how this next round goes. Alright, and we'll start off at turn 1. So draw 7. Very, very weird start, but we can do it. Curving out with 2 Reckless Fireweaver and 2 Inspiring Sanctuary. So let's do just that. In turn 1, I'll have an Inspiring Sanctuary, and that is going to do it for turn 1. And we have our combo right here, so let's see if we can do it. Turn 2, Herald of Anguish. Good draw, not what we needed right now though, so let's go with our Mountain. Tap 2 for Reckless Fireweaver. And that's going to do it for turn 2. Moving to turn 3. Nice, a little Bone Saw. So we're going to do a Mountain, still need the double black. Need 1 more black to be able to cast the Herald of Anguish. Going to tap 3 for our Inspiring Sanctuary. Drain 1. Bone Saw, trigger, drain another, and then swing with the Reckless Fireweaver to go to 17. So let's go to turn 4. I really need a reverse engineer, but I do not have the blue to cast it right now. So go with a Cathar shield trigger. And there is not a lot I can do this turn, but I can do a Rolling Thunder. I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. And I'm just waiting on a blue or a black to be able to cast my Tezzeret the Schemer as well. Another black casts Herald of Anguish. So swing in with the Reckless Fireweaver, go to 15, turn 5. Oh, I'm not sure why I did not equip the Bone Saw to the Reckless Fireweaver. That was just an oversight. That's what playtesting's for, though. Alright, so I've got an island, and I'm going to tap 2 and a blue and a black, take 1 damage, and go with my Tezzeret the Schemer. Bring him in at 5, and I will go ahead and take up my Tezzeret the Schemer to 6, put out an Ethereum cell, trigger the Reckless Fireweaver, and I'm going to equip the Bone Saw to the Reckless Fireweaver this time. Make sure to do that, and I'm going to attack with 2 for 2 with the Reckless Fireweaver. Turn 6, another Ornithopter. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do is take up Tezzeret the Schemer to 7, put out another Ethereum Cell token, trigger 1 damage, and then I'm going to cast an Ornithopter, trigger 1 damage. Then I can cast Herald of Anguish or Rolling Thunder, which I think I'm going to go for the Thunder. So I'm going to tap 2 red for the Rolling Thunder, 2 red. So 1, 2, or that's going to pay for it. But I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, sacrifice my Ethereum. Well, I guess I don't have to sacrifice them. I'm going to save them for the other guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So hit him for 8, and then swing for 2. Alright, so here we are with another game with our Grixis Tezzeret deck. So far we have Goldfished on turn 9 and turn 6 as our win turns. So let's see if we can get that a little faster. Let's see what this deck can do. Alrighty, draw 7. Well, that's a really good hand. A really good hand. Okay, let's see what we can do with it. Turn 1, and let's do it. So, got 2 islands for reverse engineer pretty early. Just need to draw another land or artifact. So, I'm going to go ahead and play an island on turn 1, and that will... I hate wasting these slots, but I don't have a red or a black to play a Reckless Fireweaver or an Underhanded Designs. So I'm going to go ahead and play my Ornithopter, a Bone Saw, and tap 1 to equip the Bone Saw to the Ornithopter. And that's going to be our turn 1. Turn 2. Inspiring Sanctuary. This is looking pretty good. So, Island. Swing for 1. To reset our life total. Swing for 1. And that's going to be it for our turn 2. Our turn 3, is this going to be where we kind of stall out, or is it going to be where it comes up? Let's find out. Bone Saw. Alright. Play our Bone Saw, tap all 5, and our 2 for a Reverse Engineer. Draw 3, another Reverse Engineer. Oh, Reckless Fireweaver. And I'm wondering if we want to cast it. That's really good. So our turn 3, play our land, and I think that is all we're going to do. So turn 4. So I have some options. I need to get out Inspiring Sanctuary, but I'd like to get out Reckless Fireweaver first, but with our Paradoxical Outcome, I really need to get Inspiring Sanctuary out. So I could reverse engineer and see what I draw, but I really need to get our Inspiring Sanctuary out. So I'm going to tap 3, play our Inspiring Sanctuary, and swing for 1 with the Ornithopter. So go on to turn 5. Cathar Shield. Pretty good draw. Now that I have the Inspiring Sanctuary out, all of the cards in my hand are more turned on. So I'm going to do Inspiring Sanctuary in our red for our Reckless Fireweaver. Let's stick this guy up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and play Cathar Shield, trigger the Reckless Fireweaver, ping for 1. I think I'm going to go ahead and reverse engineer here. So I'm going to tap those and tap these, reverse engineer, 1, 2, 3, play our land for the turn. And with that other land, I can actually equip the other Bone Saw to, naturally I probably want to put it on the Ornithopter because he's more evasive. And then I will attack for 1, 2, 1, 2. Put 15. Alright, turn 6. Triple draw. Got our Rolling Thunder. That is pretty good. So, I do not have a black to cast my Underhanded Designs, which I really need. So I think that I'm going to go ahead with a Paradoxical Outcome. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, I need to return the Ornithopter. So 4. Actually, I guess I don't need to tap the Ornithopter. So 4 and a blue for my Paradoxical Outcome. I'm going to go ahead and bounce back all of these 1 mana cards back to my hand. And then I'm going to play them. 1, trigger, ping. 1, trigger, ping. 1, trigger, ping. And 1, trigger, ping. Down to 11. And I'm really going to do a Rolling Thunder to finish off the game. So I think that it would be safe to equip the Bone Saws and swing through and win on turn 7. So, pretty sure I can. I'm going to tap 2, and our, oh, I cannot cast Rolling Thunder without casting Tezzeret. That is an interesting development. Well, that changes a lot. So, I equip 2 to my Reckless Fireweaver, since my Ornithopter has Summoning Sickness, and swing for 3. And then we're going to go to turn 7. Draw our card. Another Reckless Fireweaver. Really needed a land here. Kind of stalling out. I need a black source. But I really don't think there's anything that I can do except cast a Reckless Fireweaver. And swing with my other Reckless Fireweaver for 3. And that's going to be our turn 7. Turn 8. See if we can actually finish it. Another Bone Saw. No actual mana, so I can't cast either any of these right now, actually, which is pretty bummer. So, I'm going to play the Bone Saw. Trigger, trigger, down 2, swing for 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to tap 1 to equip the Bone Saw to my other Reckless Fireweaver, just because. Alright, let's play this monster. This is our Tezzeret Grixis deck. Paradoxical Outcome, rolling. Alright, let's play our Tezzeret deck.